It's hotel month here at Travelin' Through. We have a number of hotels that we have stayed in the last few months that we haven't yet shared with you. So we are going to line them up over the next few weeks and share them with you, starting with a luxury hotel with a 96-year history, the Cavalier Hotel in Virginia Beach. Located right across Atlantic Avenue near the north end of the beach, this hotel was built during a time of prosperity, the Roaring '20s, and had a major role in the development of the Virginia Beach resort area. We stayed there one night in January at this hotel that has welcomed celebrities and presidents. We will show you around the resort, including a room tour, a look at the restaurants and amenities here, plus share a bit of the hotel's history, allegedly haunted history, and we'll even tour the first and only distillery that's located inside a hotel in the United States. And we'll talk about the price and whether our stay was worth it. We arrived and handed our keys over to the valet. The Cavalier Hotel parking lot is valet parking only. Valet parking is $26 per day or $5 per hour if you're just stopping off to visit the restaurants or other public spaces. Guests enter through this door and come up these steps into the main lobby area. There isn't a check-in counter. Instead, you're seated at a desk in the arrival lounge and you're offered a glass of sparkling wine as you get checked in. On this same floor is the ballroom and event space. On this floor and the one below are the hotel's restaurants and bars, which we'll look at later. First, let's head up to our room for a room tour.
The hotel was closed for about 4 years while the entire property was renovated, including our king bed guest room. So while the hotel dates back to the 1920s, the rooms have a very modern look since the grand reopening in 2018. Here's our bathroom. This bathroom was roughly the size of my college dorm room. The shower had both a wall-mounted and a handheld shower head. The king bed had a nightstand with a lamp on each side. There's a comfy chair in the room and a flat panel TV mounted on the wall. On top of the dresser, there were a few books about the history of the Cavalier Hotel. They were pretty interesting with lots of pictures of the hotel's construction and what it looked like in its early days. The dresser had 6 drawers for the vacation unpackers among us. There was a desk where you could sit and get some work done on your beach vacation. Some people find some of the art hanging on the walls here to be a bit gaudy. Others say it's whimsical. You can decide for yourself. There's an alarm clock on one of the nightstands. Each side of the bed had an extendable spotlight.
Reading light.
Sure, you can use the light for anything you want, I guess. Opposite the bed, under the TV, is this cabinet, which contains a stocked minibar and a coffee maker. The coffee is complimentary, but everything in the minibar comes at a price. The price list is on top of the cabinet. There's also a drawer of snacks that are more expensive than can be bought elsewhere as well. The room had a closet with a light that turns on automatically when you open the door, as well as hanging space, a robe, an iron and ironing board, a few extra towels, and a luggage rack. Instead of the usual sign to hang on your door saying "Do not disturb," this hotel has a tassel to hang on your door to let staff know to leave you alone, which seems very fancy. Here's the view from our window. We could see straight down into an outside seating area, and across the street in the distance, we even got a glimpse of the ocean as well. The resort has an indoor pool area called the plunge pool. They also have an outdoor pool area across the street near the beach, which we'll show you in just a bit. It was January in Virginia, so you couldn't swim in the outdoor pool at the time of our visit, of course. We did enjoy an hour or so in the indoor pool on the evening of our stay. The whole pool area was really well done with lots of seating space. It looked like it belonged at this high-end resort. The pool area also featured a hot tub, which we really enjoyed. The hotel also has a fitness room. It's open 24 hours a day, and it features cardio equipment, weight machines, and free weights.
We had reservations for dinner at the hotel's signature fine dining establishment, Becca, which features local farm-to-table food. The Cavalier's original fine dining restaurant was called Pocahontas, after the Native American woman from the nearby Jamestown area. Later in life, Pocahontas' name was changed to Rebecca, and this restaurant's name is Becca as a nod to the history of the restaurant and the woman it was originally named after. They brought out these popover rolls that contained cheese and onion. I didn't like these as I thought the taste and texture was a bit weird, but Jack liked them well enough. I ordered a non-alcoholic drink called Jingle Juice, which contained spiced cranberry juice, apple cider, rosemary, nutmeg, and cranberries for $9. Jack ordered the Festive Muse, which contained coconut-infused Bacardi rum, lime, coconut juice, mint, and pomegranate for $15. We were in town during Virginia Beach Restaurant Week. They had a special menu for that event that featured 3-course meals for $45 per person. The food was the same that's usually served from their regular menu, but you could choose an entree and an appetizer from the Restaurant Week menu, and then you would get a dessert sampler to share with your table. Jack ordered their baby romaine Caesar salad, and I ordered the Coastal Virginia she crab soup, which would have been my favorite thing about the meal if it had been a little hotter. For his entree, Jack got the crab cake with roasted potatoes, broccolini, and sweet potato puree. I ordered the pomegranate barbecue glazed short rib, which came with a goat cheese polenta cake, broccolini, peas, and an heirloom tomato. Both of us liked our entrees, and the sides were okay, but the entree portion sizes were pretty small. That might be because we ordered from the Restaurant Week menu. We've never been here before, so we aren't sure if this is their usual portion sizes or if they're smaller because of the special event menu, which is a bit discounted. The dessert sampler was great. It featured apple cobbler cheesecake, a double fudge brownie, and chai brulee. All of these were tasty. We had a great server, and we liked our experience at Becca well enough, but it was not so good that we're going to go out of our way to eat there when we're next in Virginia Beach.
We went back up to our room, and 2 signature Cavalier cookies and cream cookies had been delivered to our nightstand. The cookies were good, and they also left a recipe card so we could make the cookies at home. The back of the card had the weather forecast for the next day, which wasn't great. But this was a nice touch. After relaxing in our room a bit, we wandered back downstairs to check out the Raleigh Room, the hotel's bar. There was a band performing and lots of women dancing, with the occasional man sliding side to side nearby. The music was all covers of songs we were very familiar with, and the band was good. Everyone seemed to be having a great time. But it was loud and crowded and not really our scene. The Raleigh Room serves coffee in the mornings, tea in the afternoons, and has a full bar at night. We ordered some amaretto sours and went outside to a seating area around a fire pit, which kept us pretty warm on a cold night. Here's what the Raleigh Room looks like during the day without the crowd. It has a cool, modern salon vibe. And here's the outdoor seating at Becca, which I imagine gets used quite a bit in the summer. Next to that is the fire pit area we hung out in a bit the night before. The floor below the main lobby is where you'll find that indoor pool and fitness room. That's also where the wedding and special occasions showroom is. And nearby on the same floor is the Sea Hill Spa, which we didn't check out, but it is there if that interests you. There's also a distillery you can tour down here. We'll talk about that in a few moments. And finally, we visited the hotel's other restaurant, the Hunt Room, which is also on this ground floor. You can see pretty quickly why it is called the Hunt Room. We ordered some truffle fries for a late night snack, and they were good. There were a couple of musicians performing an acoustic set, and it was a much more laid-back vibe than the party upstairs in the Raleigh Room.
The next morning, we ventured outside to tour more of the resort. We passed the Chef's Gardens, where there wasn't a lot going on in January. Then we headed down the hill and across the street, where there's more of the Cavalier Resort. The resort includes 2 other hotels, including one brand new one that wasn't open when we stayed in January, but it has since opened. There is Marriott Virginia Beach Oceanfront, featuring Orion's Roof, a rooftop bar that serves drinks and Asian fusion cuisine. The new hotel is an Embassy Suites property. It has a restaurant named Arbuckle's, named after Fatty Arbuckle, a silent film actor of the 1920s and 30s who made regular visits to the Cavalier Hotel. In between these two properties is the Cavalier Beach Club. This is the Cavalier Hotel's outdoor pool. The Beach Club, which is open May through October, also hosts other activities out here, like yoga classes several times a week, for example, and it features the resort's beach access. The new Embassy Suites has its own outdoor pool next door. On the other side, the Marriott Hotel just has an indoor pool. These two hotels and the Cavalier Beach Club are all right on the beach with beautiful views of the Atlantic Ocean, and they're a short walk across Atlantic Avenue away from the historic Cavalier Hotel. Added together with the Cavalier's luxury condominiums that were built when the hotel was renovated, the resort has 547 rooms, 81 private homes, 35 condos, 9 restaurants, a spa, and a distillery. Now, about that distillery. In the bottom floor of the Cavalier Hotel is the Tarnished Truth Distillery. They give tours Thursdays through Sundays. This tour is currently ranked number 3 on TripAdvisor's list of top 10 Virginia Beach attractions. It did not make our video of the top things to do in Virginia Beach, but only because we hadn't taken the tour yet. Well, now we have, and I can confirm this was a very interesting experience. The Tarnished Truth Distillery tour takes a bit less than an hour and costs $19 per person. For about $15 more, you can get a souvenir glass to take home. During this tour, we learned how they distill bourbon whiskey, moonshine, and gin. It was a topic I wasn't very familiar with, so it was interesting to learn about the process. It ends with a tasting of the spirits made at the distillery. We got to taste several of their spirits, and to be honest, most of them tasted like I imagine turpentine taste, but I'm not much of a straight whiskey drinker. If you are, then I'm sure you'll like it. I did like the last one that we tried, the Old Cavalier Bourbon Cream Liqueur. It was a dessert drink that tasted a bit like butterscotch. The tour ends in the gift shop, of course.
The lobby floor also has a small historical exhibit about the history of the Cavalier. It was interesting, with a lot of artifacts from the hotel's 96 years in service. We learned a lot about this hotel from this historic exhibit, as well as from the books on the Cavalier's history that were up in our room. One thing we learned is that 7 United States presidents have stayed here, as have many celebrities, such as Bing Crosby, Frank Sinatra, Judy Garland, Muhammad Ali, and more. The Cavalier also became a popular showcase venue of the big band era, featuring such band leaders as Benny Goodman, Cab Calloway, and Lawrence Welk. If you believe in such things, the Cavalier is also considered haunted. The founder of the Coors Brewing Company, Adolph Coors, jumped, or was pushed, to his death from his 6th floor room window. People have believed the property to be haunted ever since. We saw no evidence of that, of course. Perhaps they kicked the ghosts out during the renovations.
We paid about $240 plus taxes and a $25 resort fee plus the $26 valet parking fee for the night that we were there in January. I feel like that price is reasonable for all that you get at this hotel. However, in the peak summer tourist season, the price for a room per night gets up to around $700, which is going to price most tourists out, including us. But if you can afford it, this would make for a pretty amazing summer luxury beach vacation. The rest of us can check it out in the winter when it's cheaper. Click the links at the end of this video to see our top 10 things to do in Virginia Beach, or our review of another luxury Virginia Beach hotel, the Founders Inn. I'm Alice.
And I'm Jack.
Be sure to click the subscribe button and the notification bell so you can see us the next time we're traveling through.